Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So if anyone has ever purchased I guess any vehicle really, even used vehicles, but definitely brand new vehicles, you go through the process, you agree on the price tag, and among the final things that you do is you go sit down with the finance guy, right? You know, whether you're paying cash outright or if you're financing it, you go sit down with them, and their sole purpose is to try to, not sole purpose, okay, let me say it differently, say it better than that. You know, a large function of their job is to, of course, seal the deal, finalize the payments and all that stuff, get you situated, of course, but one of their large functions is to try to get you to buy a protection plan of some sort, right? So whether it be like the paint protection plan that you can get, or opt into the windshield protection plan if you want to, have lifetime protection or a 3-year protection of any kind of rock chips or cracks or whatever it is, So you're always going to get presented with a number of options to purchase, and oftentimes they can cost anywhere from like $500 to, I think, up to like $2,000 or $3,000 if you want to get maximum coverage, maximum protection, And I personally never ever opt into them. And you guys know me. I mean, I have a history of not keeping vehicles long enough to even justify anything like that. But I did buy one. I bought one ever, and it was for this. And I bought the windshield protection plan. I think it was like $700 about. And I purposely bought it because, if you recall, I had flown back to Wyoming to pick up my dog, right? And I knew I was going to be driving it, buying it, and then hopping right in it and driving it, 1,500 miles back to Washington State. So I knew I was going to be jumping right on a freeway. It's right at the beginning of, as we're turning into winter. So I knew the roads are going to be a little iffy. And I thought for sure if I was going to get any kind of damage, any kind of rock chip or anything, it was going to probably happen on my way home. The goodness about these plans is you can typically cancel them whenever you want. So there's a goodness to it. When you cancel them, you can get reimbursed for the the prorated amount. If you purchased a 3-year plan, and you cancel it 1 year into it, you can get 2/3 of it back roughly. Probably not quite 2/3, but about that much. So there's goodness to it. I personally never buy it just because I don't keep vehicles long enough typically, and if you're already spending so much money, I always have a hard time like chipping in the additional few $1,000s that they try to get you for. Not to mention, I had a really bad experience one time, and tell me if you guys have ever experienced it too, where you finalize the deal, you go back there with the finance guy. It was for my 2019 4Runner TRD Pro that I purchased down in Alabama. That finance guy, he was just awful. He sucked. He was just like really pushing the crap out of these protection plans, and he was like appalled that I decided not to get any of them, and he was just real smug about it. So again, that's just one particular experience, so it's unfair for me to paint all finance guys into that picture, but that was by far my worst experience I've ever had with it. He was just super upset that I didn't purchase one of them from him, because they get a little bit of a kickback from it. They get a little bit of a benefit from it if they're able to sell it to people. So the one time, all this to say, I did buy one for this right before driving from Wyoming out here to Washington, and I did not get any rock chips until about 4 or 5 days ago. I did get one, and not even like 2 hours later, it went from a little star little chip to a full up 1.5 foot crack. So it didn't take long at all for it to fully just evolve to a giant crack. So I'm going to show you here best I can without embarrassing Mrs. Untamed in there. Let's see if I can even show. All I see is the reflection. You can kind of see right there. So there's a piece of it there, and it goes all the way across. Almost looks like a smiley face. Sorry, the reflection is coming on pretty thick for you, but it's about 1.5 foot long, all the way across, like a smiley face right there. And the goodness of that particular protection plan that I did get is, really, I was just one phone call away. Obviously, keep all my purchase paperwork and all that stuff together. You just call the number on the warranty plan, and no kidding, they find the nearest windshield replacement. I think they ended up going with Safelite for me to get it replaced. So here in a couple weeks, not even, I'm scheduled to get it fully replaced. And there's not even, for the one I did end up opting into, it was the cheapest protection plan that I did get, and that one doesn't even require you to pay $50 deductible or any kind of deductible when you actually have to use it for replacement. So free of charge, quote unquote free of charge, they're replacing my windshield. So I don't know, is it making me a believer of doing this? No, I don't think I'm going to be doing it, purchasing those protection plans moving forward still, but it is kind of ironic. The one time I did happen to buy it is the one time that I happen to need it. So I don't know. So I'm purposely kind of talking on both sides of my mouth, but I'd be curious to know what you guys do if you do opt into them. How much of a protection package do you end up getting, and why do you do that? So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I did buy it. I don't recommend buying it, but I'm curious to know what you do. Appreciate you watching. Till next time.